It's National Police Week, and law enforcement agencies from across the country and right here at home are honoring fallen heroes. Reporter Sonia Goen shows us a new memorial which pays tribute to two officers, including Bill Matthews, a former Wayzata police officer and Plymouth resident.
Shannon, this is a tight-knit community. There are many different agencies here. They say today is not a time to mourn, but a time to honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. The ceremony started with the honor guard presenting the colors, and in the distance, two flags were hoisted on a fire truck ladder.
We're not here to mourn, but we're here to celebrate the professionalism and compassion, dedication that our officers display.
The new memorial pays tribute to two fallen heroes, Wayzata Police Sergeant James Anderson, who was shot and killed in the line of duty August 31st, 1982. And another statue also honors Wayzata police officer and former Plymouth resident Bill Matthews, who was struck and killed by an impaired driver on September 8th, 2017.
It's also a symbol for our future law enforcement officers that they're going to have to carry on that work and that dangerous mission that they have ahead of time.
Now, they've been working on the memorial for about 2 years. It costs around $75,000. In Wayzata, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Thank you, Sonia. It's prom season, and at Armstrong High School, an eye-opening display puts the focus on the dangers of distracted driving.
When something like this happens, it's not just affecting, your family, your loved ones. It affects the school, it affects the community. And really doesn't have to happen.
This real-life crash example is a tragic reminder of the consequences of distracted and drunken driving. The 16-year-old driving this car did not survive. Police say it was a case of distracted driving. For 16-year-old Armstrong student Xavion Scott, seeing the car was very sobering.
He lost his life young, and all he was trying to do is just go to work. And then as I was reading it, just said that he got temporarily distracted. And that's where it hit me, and then it swerved off and fell into a ditch. And how the way the car looks, that's it hit me right then and there, like that car accident. And then it flipped over, just the saddest thing.
Between 2013 and 2017, distracted driving was a factor in 1 out of every 5 crashes. The wrecked car will be moved to Wayzata High School later this week. Preserving your favorite piece of audio equipment is easier said than done, especially in a world that's running low on technicians to fix decades-old stereo receivers. In this week's Business Matters, Corey Bork takes us to a place in New Hope that's not only unique here in the Twin Cities, there's hardly one like it in the entire country.
Inside this New Hope store, music comes back to life. A revival for vintage electronics that almost reached their end.
Lots of people love this stuff, and they sound very good.
No, these stereo receivers didn't meet their maker. They met their fixer.
Very often it's made quality better too.
Meet 68-year-old Alex Samuels, an immigrant from Russia. Samuels has spent a lifetime repairing electronics.
No, it's passion. You have to be constantly informed or else. Or you out.
Along the way, he learned a new language, met his wife and now business partner Sarah, and developed a sense of humor.
Sarah, can you help us? What's wrong with me?
He also acquired an appreciation for something else.
Alex's mind is calculating constantly. He brings home a schematic every day of his life. He always has.
Samuels has a mind for manuals.
And what I do a little different.
The manuals you see here are only a portion.
I have manual, I have all things I notice.
The manuals help with tedious work. He must find parts, repair parts, and pull out parts, and he keeps track of it all.
I think he is so extreme in the way he runs things, and he always has been, and he taught me a lot of that when I came into this business.
One order is a big process. He gets roughly 2 to 3 a day. Many of them shipped here from across the country. It's a sign of a lost art and an appreciation for what he does.
And a lot of customers say, please don't leave us, please don't leave us.
So for now, he continues to plug away, making something old sound as good as new.
We like to make them sound good, and we want to be customer happy, and we be happy.
For Business Matters, Corey Bork, CCX News.
Now, if you're on the fence about whether to repair older electronics, Samuel says look on eBay to see what the units like it are going for. Some vintage units sell for up to $2,500. The cost of repairs depends on what needs to be done, but typically range between $160 to $250. And now an update to a story we told you about over the weekend. Family and friends came out in a big way to help a New Hope man with cancer. Scott Whitus is the man behind a nonprofit called Do Positive, which encourages people to help make the world a better place by doing positive things. Scott is currently battling stage 4 thyroid cancer. Friday night in Golden Valley, family and friends got together at Schuler's Tavern for a fundraiser to help with Scott's medical expenses. In total, they raised more than $16,000 thanks to donations and a variety of silent auction items. And finally, a Robbinsdale mother received a special honor on Sunday at Target Field.
The Minnesota Twins are happy to name Monica Tice of Robbinsdale as the club's 2019 Honorary Bad Girl.
The Twins highlighted Monica Tice for her battles with cancer and her work as a volunteer for the American Cancer Society. Congratulations, Monica, on the honor, and thank you for what you do.
The playoffs are soon approaching in spring high school sports. In girls lacrosse, the Osseo-Park Center girls team was looking to break a losing streak when they played at home against Irondale. Early first half of this one, OPC's number 11, Lariah Boone with the ball, passes to Grace Holton. She's open, shoots and scores, and OPC is up 1-0. Later, it's Boone taking it herself. She'll go in to score here to put the Crocs ahead 3-1. OPC continues to stretch its lead. Isabel Cronin out from behind the net, curls around and scores her team's 5th goal of the half, and it's 5-1. Riley Haug on the run goes low with her shot, and the Crocs are up 8-2. Irondale pulls within 4 goals early in the second half. Catherine Gunderman's goal here. After a couple of fakes, she'll shoot and score, make it 10-6. That is as close as the Knights get. Sonia Coombs scores from the free position to give her team a 13-7 lead. OPC scores a season-high 18 goals. They defeat Irondale 18-11. Now to softball, where the Wayzata Trojans were looking to reverse the result of an early season loss to Minnetonka. Trojans at home to face the Lake Conference rivals. Bottom of the first, Mackenzie Murray's fly ball deep enough for Alexis Ophi to tag up and score for a 1-0 Trojans lead. Top of the third, skippers with runners on second and third. Amelia Christensen snags the line drive to end the threat. Wayzata goes on to win it 5-3 for their first Lake Conference win of the season. After winning the state Class A title last season, things have been much tougher for the Heritage Christian Academy baseball team this spring. They faced Columbia Heights on Friday in Hamel. Top of the first inning, Columbia Heights' Josh Deal lines it off. Pitcher Bryce Boyle deflects towards short. Aiden Smirtnek scores to make it 2-0 Highlanders. Bottom of the third, the Eagles come back. The third baseman can't squeeze the liner by Boyle, and he gets down the left field line. Josh Lightower scores, and Heritage ties it up 2-2 through 3 innings. In the fourth, with Heights up 3-2, Aaron Severson lines a single to right to bring Carter Helmers and Connor Hag around to score. Highlanders go up 5-2 after 4. Back comes Heritage again in the fifth. Boyle lines a hit to right field. Steph Sawtell scores, and Caden Richards is held at third, but Richards scores moments later on an Aaron Pickoff try, and the game is tied 5-5. Top of the seventh, Columbia Heights regains the lead. The throw to third on a steal attempt is wide of the bag, and Isaac Becker scores to give Columbia Heights a 6-5 lead. Ben Rogotsky singles in another run. The Highlanders get 3 runs in the seventh, and they win it 8-5. Holly Blaska has pretty much rewritten the career record book for batters in the Champlin Park softball program. On this week's Sports Jam show on CCX, Jay Wilcox profiles the Rebel senior. Here's part of that story.
She's without a doubt one of the best high school softball players ever in the northwest suburbs. But Champlain Park senior Holly Blaska thinks less about her own numbers and more about what it means to be part of a successful team.
Just being around my teammates. I mean, I've had a blast. We've had great team chemistry every year. I mean, last year was pretty memorable. We made it pretty far into the section tournament, so that was a lot of fun. But just being around the girls has been a lot of fun.
And the impact Holly's had on the Rebels is plain to see for those around her every day.
It's crazy, like we all just wonder how she does it, but she does it so gracefully and so consistently that we just love it. It's super helpful in the games, but it's also really fun to watch, and we learn so much from just watching her. And I've played with her since I was really little, and now playing with her in high school, it's so much fun to see how we've grown up.
Once in a lifetime type player. She comes along and works hard, humble. 4.0 student. Everything she does 100%.
You can watch the rest of that story and much more this week on Sports Jam. See it through Wednesday at 3:30, 6:30, and 9:30 p.m. through Wednesday here on CCX1.